Hello everyone, this is Vladimir. I'm Customer Care Manager at Ning, and thank you all for coming to this webinar. It's been a while since we met last time and reviewed the Ning 3.0 platform, so today we are going to summarize what's new have been implemented. And 2019 was a very productive year, and we managed to develop lots of useful features, and during this webinar we will check some of them and how they work. We have scheduled around 20 minutes for this, and after the intro session we will get to the Q&A where we will try to answer your questions. So you can write your questions in the chat, and our chat moderator will be monitoring your comments and will be passing me your questions. So if I don't have some answers today, we will get back to you after. Just leave the URL of your network, or you can email me. My email should be in the description to this video. We do hear your feedbacks, and we do value your feedbacks and suggestions, and our roadmap for features is based on what you want. And of course, it's not feasible to meet everyone's specific needs because our resources are not unlimited, but we try to deliver features most of you would like to have. And let's start reviewing changes. Let's go first to the members management. It's the first thing I wanted to mention here is implementation of members advanced search. And this is probably the most requested feature. Having this feature is a huge improvement because one of the main purposes of any social networks is to find like-minded people, or find people of certain skills or a certain set of skills or certain interests. And this feature will help you to facilitate lots of use cases where it is crucial to find matches, like in business networks, like in professional networks or dating websites, etc. So how it works? First, we would need to go to the profile questions section. It's a section where you manage the questions you would like your members to answer during the registration. And in the settings of the question, you will see this tick box, add to advanced search. So if you would like to be able to search by the answer to this question, you would need to enable it here. So it's enabled here, and let's go to our network and let's check how it looks and how it works. So let's go to the members page, and in the members page you will see this advanced search tab. We can click on that, and here we will see the search fields. The first one is default, it's the name. The second one is optional, it's age range, and below you will see all other questions that you decide to add on the previous step. So if you don't want to have this age range, make sure that it's disabled, and in order to disable it we would need to go to the sign-in pages, to members management, to sign up, sign in section, and here this checkbox has to be unticked if you don't want the search by age. Well, it works pretty much straightforward. You set different search criteria and click on search, and you'll get a list of matches that match the chosen list of search criteria. Another thing that was added in the profile question section, it's not that added but updated. It's the display on the cover picture thing. So if we click on the star here, so it means that the answer to this question will be shown on the members card on the members page, and you can see a list of members, and each member has the question and the answer. So here you can choose up to 3 questions to be shown on this card, members card. And as for the number of questions that could be added to the advanced search is 10, so you can add maximum 10 questions to the advanced search. And let's review other improvement, and let's talk about the admin roles. And we've been receiving lots of feedbacks, especially from our Ning 2.0 customers, regarding the implementation of this tool. It allows assigning to members different admin roles with different permissions. So now it's available here. Let's check how it works. So let's click on add a role. The first thing we will be prompted to enter the role name. Let's name it. And here we define the permission levels for this role. And let's say if you want this role to have access to the members tab, if you do that, so the people with this role will be able to approve members, remove members, suspend members. So they will have all the options that you have as a network creator. And if we add the member categories or member ranking system here, it means that the owner of this role will be getting access to the members categories and the members ranking system tab. So it works pretty much straightforward. And probably the most awaited, it's a content management. So lots of you asked for the moderator role, and now it's here. So if we enable the content management feature here, this role will get access to the content management. And as you know, on your Ning network, if you would like the content to be approved before it will be published, you would need to enable the approval of your content in the site and pages section in Social Site Manager. So the page where the content could be added, like articles or photos page, there is an tick box, like approve this article before it appears. So it has to be enabled in order to approve it, in order for this content to be added to the queue in this content management section. And the content moderator will be able to monitor this. And the most recently added functionality in the admin roles is the e-commerce. Those of you who use the e-commerce feature now will be able to delegate the management of this feature to people you trust. So if we have this role activated, so the holder of this role will be able to have all the options you do have as a network creator in the e-commerce tab. And the last thing here, it's content items. To understand how it works, let's just add a content item. Let's open the articles page, and let's open some article. So what we need to do here is to grab the URL of the article and add it here. And this way we can add as many content items as we want. So now let's just save the role. Now we can assign this role to some member. I will assign it to this one. To do that, we need to go to members management and to tick this box, choose the member, and click on set administrative role and choose the role we just created. So I have this member on another tab. I will just show it to you. So remember, we added this article to the permission, or to the moderator permission, and let's just refresh the page. And now this member will have option to edit the article, and also will have option to edit the whatever comments are posted on this article. And this is a useful feature for those of you who have very active forum threads, and now you can delegate the comment moderation to one of your trusted members. So I guess that's it with the members management tab for today, and let's go to the site and pages, and let's talk about improvements in search engine optimization. As you know, SEO is a really important part of your network visibility on the web. Of course, if your network is public. If it's private, it doesn't matter. And here is what we implemented. So this sitemap provides search engine crawler, which is the special program this search engine used to collect, analyze, and store the information related to your network, so that this information can be later found by relevant keyword search queries. And so the sitemap provides the search engine crawler with the map, and this map allows this crawler to collect information from your network in a more efficient way, and therefore it has a very positive effect on the ranking of your website. What else was added? It's the meta description. So if you open any page of our network, and now we can manually define the page description for each page. So this is huge improvement in search engine optimization, since before you have only one description for all pages, which was a bit misleading for search engine crawlers, because the page itself could have had completely different content which was not related to the network description. And that way crawler might have received contradictory information, which in turn has a negative effect on your overall search engine optimization. So having description relevant to the network page is a great step forward towards better site visibility in the search results of different search engines. If you don't use this option, I would suggest you start thinking about which description to write here. Where the sitemap works automatically, and you don't need to think about that one. Another thing that was added, let's go to disk usage, it's the extra storage add-on. So if you run out of space allocated for your subscription plan, so no worries, because now you're able to purchase the extra storage. You just click here and choose one of the packages you find suitable for your needs. What else? We have improved the domain mapping. So we have updated the interface. It's now more convenient and self-explanatory. You are able to connect your own domain, or you can purchase a domain from us. Let's see how it works. Let's say we want to purchase some domain.com. And we can click on the check, and now we will be presented with a list of possible options that are close to the one that you asked for. So let's choose this one, let's say, and let's click on activate my domain. Now we will see this pop-up window with the payment information that we can enter, and with the price, it's $20 per year, and we can purchase it in one click. After it's purchased, you will have options to moderate the recurring subscription. You can disable it, or if you do have a domain, you can register it with a third-party service. You can add it here, just like this. But before redirecting it to your Ning network to that custom domain, you would need to ensure that the settings of this domain are correctly set up. And for this purpose, there is very convenient instruction that is really descriptive that will show you how exactly to do that. In case of when you're purchasing a domain from us, you don't need to do any extra steps. Everything got set up correctly the way it should. And one thing to mention in the domain mapping is the SSL certificate. It's being issued automatically for your custom domain, even for your third-party custom domain, so you do not need to purchase additionally any SSL certificates since we provide you with them by default. And it's really important nowadays to have one on your network, because if you disable it, the modern browsers will be prompting an insecure message while visitors of your network will be browsing it. So it will deter, of course, the traffic. So make sure to enable it. Another thing, a very important one, if we go to the third-party integrations, and we have Zapier now. So this option has brought additional scalability to a network, because Zapier is a hub that helps you to connect third-party tools in a couple of clicks. An important thing to mention here that such integration is restricted to members' data, blogs, and comments. And here you can see a list of available integrations, but it's not the full list. If you wish to check all of the available integrations at this moment, you can go to More Zaps here, and you will be seeing here the list of possible third-party tools to integrate with. So there is 14 different pages. So it could be used in very broad, in many different ways. So for example, if you wish to have your posts from Facebook to be duplicated on your Ning network, you can set up Facebook to network integration. And here is the link to the appropriate instructions how to do that. Or if you wish to do the vice versa, if you want posts on your Facebook page to be created once a new blog post is added on your network, you can set up this integration, link to Facebook. Also, here is a link to the relevant instructions. So this integration will save you a lot of hassle while trying to promote your content across different platforms. And Zapier is a broad topic, and if you want us to cover Zapier integrations and possible applications and implications of such integrations, we can discuss Zapier in more details during next webinars. Just let us know if you want to learn more about it. Another handy tool that was added, and it's not that obvious and prominent at the first glance, but it's really handy. Let's go to our articles page and let's click on add an article. Let's name it some name, description. Now we can if we don't want to publish the article now, and we can save it as a draft. And what it has added is the unpublished tab in a sub-menu. So really convenient if you want to return back to your unpublished articles. There is a quick way to do that, and here you will see the list of unpublished articles that you can later moderate and publish. And a couple of words about emojis. It's another thing that was added. This option is available for mobile devices. So with the help of your mobile device keyboard, you can add different smiles and comments while messaging someone on network or while posting an article. It's not a complete version of this feature, and improvements are to come. That will enable option to add emojis on the web version. And let's go back to our members page. A couple of important improvements are here as well. We have added the follow feature, and this is also one of the most requested features. Now you can simply follow the person you're interested in, and you will get notified about his or her activity, the activity feed widget. And one thing to mention here that you are not able to follow restricted profiles. So if the profile is private, you won't see this follow option. And also we have added the friends activity feed, which is also really important. And let's set it up. Let's go to our site and pages section. Let's open my account page. And as you know, when you add a content on the profile page, there are two types of two categories of content that could be added: the members content and the network content. So if we want to add friends activity feed, we would need to add the network content. And on the bottom of this widget, we can see this option, add feed friends activity tab. Let's just click on that. Let's add it here. Let's save it. Let's check how it looks now. So, and you will see two tabs, all and friends. So the friends activity feed will display the activity of people you follow and people you have befriended with. So that's how it works. Another thing that you might have noticed, it's the follow option under the comment wall. So if you would like to get email notifications whenever new comments are posted here, you just follow it and that's it, and it will notify you. Another thing we've been getting lots of requests about, it's the add button on the widget. So let me show you. Let's add the article widget on the profile page. Let's add it. Just save it. Let's go to our profile page. And now you can see the add article button. And if you remember before, if you wanted to add an article, you had to go to the article page itself, and only here you had this add button option to add an article. Now it could be done from the widget. The same could be completed with a photos widget or any other widget with the content on your network. Let's set photos, let's say, as well. Save it, refresh it. So we can add photos as well. If, of course, we don't need to have this add button, it could be hidden by ticking this box on the settings of the widget. And the last thing for today I wanted to mention, and it's also long awaited and really powerful tool. It's a search, and it will bring so much value to a network, especially to the networks with lots of data. And this is an inbuilt search field. It's available by default. You don't need to do any extra setup to make it appear here. So it works straightforward. If you want to find some items by some keyword, we just type it here, press search, and that's it. And we'll get a list of all search results. And this search, it looks in matches among the names of articles and among the body of the article. So it makes it so easier now to find the relevant data on your network. And I guess this is it with the features for today. And I also have a couple of words about what to expect in the nearest time. We're still working on the administrative role improvements. We will implement admin roles that will allow moderation of certain content bundles. So the holder of this role will get option to moderate, let's say, a forum page or articles page or video page, etc. Also, we are working on the overall platform security and performance. So the overall loading speed of all pages of your network is going to be faster. And we are working on the migration script updates because some of our Ning 2.0 customers are concerned regarding the absence of photo album functionality on Ning 3.0. So with this update, photo albums will be migrated as a photo categories on Ning 3.0. And as you know, if we go to the, let's say this photo page, as you know, all pages with content on Ning 3.0 could have categories. Yes, and the list of these categories will be shown in the submenu on the page with the content. So if we go to this photo page here, we will see these categories. And after migration, you will find all albums as items in the submenu on your photo page here. So, and as for the photo albums functionality for Ning 3.0, this is also on our roadmap, but will be ready later, not in the nearest time. Also, we're working on the content rating functionality. It's on our roadmap, so you will have a star rating for different items on your network. And also, we are working on the additional filter that will allow you to group your content, to filter your content based on likes. And one of more thing before we get to the questions, as you know, we've been also working on updated UI for Ning 3.0 platform, and we would like to apologize for a delay in the migration of Ning 3.0 to a newer UI, since we promised to get this started at the beginning of 2020, but after doing some close beta testing and analyzing feedbacks, we made a decision to postpone the launch. So we have more time to work on the adjustments, and like to tell you that the development process is still going on, and later we will provide you with updates regarding this on the creators network, so stay tuned. So now I will ask our moderator to send me your questions. Okay. I'll ask moderator also to provide me with the name of the person who asked the question. So the first question is, hello, this is going to be great. I want to be able to easily embed live remote videos. Well, since video embedding, it's a pretty much straightforward process. I can, if let me open the YouTube. I will show you. Where is it? So all the videos on the streaming platforms, they have their embedded code. And let me open, yes, here it is. So what we can do here is just, okay, let's stop it. Let's So we can copy this iframe. Each video on the YouTube has this iframe, and you can add it as a HTML code in any HTML block on your network, like here. You could just copy, paste, and that's it. It's going to be, let's remove this one, or let's better paste it on this page. Okay, like this. So that's it. So the same way the live video can be added. So let me go back to another question from Nuru305. I haven't updated to the new platform. If I do, will I lose all my members, and would I have to manually invite them back? No, if you do have the if you are the member of, if you are using the Ning 2.0, the migration will migrate all your members. It will migrate all your content, all the members' data. It will be added to a new Ning 3.0 network. So, and you don't need to invite them back. So after migration is completed and everything is set and you're ready to go live, we'll just switch the domain of your 2.0 network to the new Ning 3.0 network, and that's it. And all your traffic will go to the new website. Of course, the members of after the migration, the members will have to log in back again, but using the same credentials that they used to log into your current website. If you have more questions regarding immigration, you can email me. The email in the description to this video, and I will be glad to answer it. From Caroline Roberts, can we use the @ symbol like on other social media sites where members will be automatically be notified when they receive a response? Is there a way to integrate push notifications to the phone? Well, as for @ symbol, it's I mean, I think you mentioned this a mention functionality. It is not available on our platform, and I will be passing your suggestion to our product team. It's indeed a great functionality to have, but it's currently not on our roadmap. As for the integration with to integrate push notifications to the phone, such option also is not available at the moment, but we do aware that it's really useful functionality to have, and this is on our roadmap because we are going to work on the applications, and in the future, at the late 2020, we are planning to consider integration of these features on the platform. From a question from EconSearch Game Planex, can an article page be made visible only to a specific member, and then make the article page visible to another specific member and remove the other member when required? Well, if we open the articles page, go to the edit, so here you can select the people, you can choose the member who should get access to this article page. So that's how it works. And if you choose to remove this member later, you can go back again to edit mode of the article and remove the member from seeing this page. Question from Mike Morin. My articles do not have social icon attached for sharing. What am I missing? Well, in order to make the article shareable with these items, first thing that you need to make sure is that these options are activated in social sharing, in a social site manager. As you can see here, they are activated. And another thing is this option will be available only if the article is public. And if your network is private, or if your article page is visible to members only, the sharing option won't be here. Another question, I'm afraid I won't be able to pronounce it, it's not in English. Hello, I'm still using the old platform. What happens if I update it? What would I lose and what would stay the same? First, I would suggest checking our webinar or where that we made last year, where we compared two platforms. And the migration process, it's not about upgrading your current website to a newer version. The migration process is about transferring the content from your old website to your new website. So the first step of migration process is to create a new Ning 3.0 network. So once the network is created, you can start preparing it for the migration. So you can start working on the design. You can structure it the way you want. You can play with it, and after you are ready for the data from your old network to be migrated, you can just email me or email migration@ning.com, and we will start the process. And the process itself might take from a couple of minutes to a couple of hours, depending on the number of data you have. And so after the migration is finished, and if everything is set, we'll just switch the domains. So you will have this the same domain you had on your old network. As you had on your old network, you will have it on your new network, and it will go smoothly. But the old network will remain untouched all this time, and it's not going to be cancelled unless you request us to cancel this network. So basically you will have two networks, old and new one, and new one will have the same content as the old one. So that's I hope I answered this question. If not, please email me at email us at migration@ning.com with the questions that you might have. Question from eConsearch Game Plan X. Can you show an example of how it works with Zapier? Yes, would like to learn more about Zapier with another webinar just for Zapier. It would be hard for me to show it now because I would have to pass all the registration steps, and it might take some time. And I think it is better to schedule another session where we can discuss this in more details, where I'll be prepared to do that. Because now I'm not have everything that I need for that. So in general, in order to start working with Zapier, first thing you would need to add this key, and you can just add some name. And after you add this key, you and go to the Zapier integration. Let's say we go here, we'd like to integrate this. We would need to log into our Ning network, and we would need to log into our Zapier account. So there's lots of login we need to do. And yeah, so I'm not able to do that. I need to follow all the registration steps. And during the setup, the Zapier will ask you to provide you with this user key and user secret and other information like your network URL. But again, it's better to talk about this in a separate webinar. Another question from Mike Morin: how do you upgrade Ning to the latest version, or to see if you're using the latest version? Well, Mike, if you tell me the URL of your network, I can briefly check and I can tell you which version you're using. And as I mentioned, if you're using a Ning 2.0 version, if you would like to migrate to a Ning 3.0, you just send me an email and we will do the migration. Question from Beverly G: can you import video directly from camera, or does it have to go through YouTube? Well, you can upload videos directly from your computer or from your device, but this is restricted to 100 megabytes. Let's go here. Let's click on add the video, and when you add the video, you can see this option, choose files. You click on that, and then you can choose whatever video file up to 100 megabytes in size. But this approach is not really a good one, because you will use up all your space on your network pretty much quickly. It's more reasonable to have it embedded as a link from the YouTube. That way you will save lots of space, and I think it's a better way to do that. Ooh. The question from Wee Wilson: I have asked so many times about embedding a live stream video with remote users and was told that we could not. This is why I asked earlier, so thanks. I am on the old format, will switch to the new one. Well, thank you for your feedback, I do appreciate that. And if you have other questions about embedding, you can just email me. Question from Steve Sirkin: does an iframe display well? Are iframes responsive? Since the iframe is the embedded code that we copy and paste from the third-party service, mostly, where was it? Yeah. So it's an HTML code, and if you can see, it has these certain dimensions that are set up, and these are like not relative units. It means that on the mobile device, if you have it less than 560 pixels wide, it might not be looking good. But in general, so if it's not a huge iframe, it should work good. But it can be always moderated, and with the help of additional CSS in the design studio. And if you have some issues with making some iframes fit in on the page on the mobile screen, you can email me. I can help you make it responsive. The question from the JagNet: are we able to define different admin roles at the group level in the future? I think you mean the different admin roles in the group hub page. Well, it's a good question, and since we're still working on the administrative roles, I might provide your feedback to our product managers, and so that we can consider this functionality in the future. But as far as I'm aware, we didn't plan to do that as for now. Question from Steve Sirkin: have you considered automatic image optimization for uploads according to the admin's parameters, perhaps maximum size, JPG level settings? Well, it's a good question. As far as I'm aware, it's not in our roadmap, but I will also pass it to our product team, and it looks like a good option to have. Another question: how can I discover which version of Ning I am using? My network is active since more than 10 years. If your network is active since more than 10 years, that means you are on a Ning 2.0, because Ning 3.0 is not that old. Question from JagNet: can we have a way of bulk deleting blocks and draft blocks, selecting multiples from the list and delete instead of going into each one and deleting? Unfortunately, no, this option is not available, but we might consider its implementation in the future. I will pass your suggestion to our product team. And also, I use Zapier to create blocks and want to delete some. There are workarounds to create an option for bulk removal, for block bulk removal, but it would require additional customization on the front end with the help of API. And if you're not familiar with web development, it might be a impossible task to do. But you can email me, and if it's really urgent for you to have this option, I can think of some solution with the help of front-end customization. So, but it might cost extra, and you can email me if you want to discuss it. Thank you. Question from Steve Sirkin: is per post SEO in your plans? No, not at this stage. I'm not aware that. And by the way, what do you mean by per post SEO? You mean ability to add a meta description for each particular blog post? If it is, it's not available, and I'm not sure if it's in our roadmap, but I will check with our product team, and we'll get back to you later on this question. Question from Wee Wilson: with the membership signups for our community, is there a way to automatically designate, example, have a star or some symbol that shows the membership level? Well, if we go to our members management section, and if we go to add member categories, you could add different categories of members. Let's say category 1. And as you can see, there is an option add a badge, and here is a preview of the profile page. Icon could be added in here or in here, or in here. So each category might have a different icon. So it's gonna be it may serve as a unique identifier of certain member category. And you can assign different member categories to different members of your community in the members management section. Like this. Or if you would like to, where is it? So, okay, I don't have a categories here. Let's just save it. Okay, so and let's add. Let's add this member to this category. Now on the profile picture of that member, we will see this sign. If you wish to automate this process, if you have a membership sign up, and you can automate this process using the profile questions. So if you want members to get some certain category based on the answer to their profile question, you would need to go you would need to create a question with the multiple choices like this one, and there is an option assign member to a category based on their answer, and you can do like this. So, and after registration is completed, member will get to this category 1 and will get this star on the profile. For a question from Alexandra, what is the main difference of using articles or blogs? I recently upgraded to Ning 3, but I did not activate the new articles feature. Not sure how could I use it instead of using blogs. The difference is very subtle, and let's add the blog page. Well, the main difference is that on the articles page, if you add the article with the photo in the header, this photo is not going to be shown in the articles feed. Yeah, so it will be shown only if you open the article itself. So in the header, we will see the photo. On the blog page, you won't see that photo. So on the blog page, you will see the photo. But other than that, there is not much difference. It has the same excerpt. It has author's bio. You can monetize it. So it's just the visual representation is a bit different. Do you plan to integrate with Zoom or Skype? And if so, by when? As far as I know, it's not on our plans for the nearest future, but we do understand that it's important functionality to have. And again, we need to understand which level of integration you're asking for, how deep the integration should be. And if you can check also the Zapier, you can check on more Zaps and check here. There are a list of options, and there is a Zoom that you might connect with. This might solve half of your questions. I'm not sure, again, which type of integration you're asking about. If you can describe the use case and how you're planning to use it in more details, I'll be glad to pass it over to our product team for more deeper investigation and assessment. Steve Sirkin, Jack's question about the group is a good one, since individual groups can be like self-contained sites, multiple admin roles would be valuable. Yeah, thanks for a suggestion. Our product team will, I'll make sure they will receive this feedback. The clarification from Steve Sirkin's questions about SEO plans on the meta tag per blocks. It's an important feature to have, and I will definitely try to escalate this matter to our product team, but it's not available at this moment. And last question, thank you very much for your answers. I'll watch the last year videos about migration, and then I will write you in the next day. Thank you for your feedback. I do appreciate it. And as you can see, it's all with the questions for today, and I really okay, I can see one more question here. This is great. Thank you. Ning has evolved so well that you have everything we need to really be successful. Now I just need to design my site. Thank you so much for your feedback. As I can see, that's it for the questions for today, and I really do appreciate you coming to this webinar, that you spend your time being with me today. So if you have any questions, please write me an email. We can discuss whatever questions you might have. And so thank you for coming. And the recording of this webinar is going to be on the web on our YouTube channel, and I will we will notify you once it was uploaded. I hope it was informative and helpful, and thanks for coming, and have a nice day.